I will be speaking about myself, of course, in the organization that I represent, which is called Gravis, which is based in the Thar desert of India, the state of Rajasthan, which many of you would know as one of the harshest climates, very difficult terrains of the country. What we do there, we believe, is extremely important and beneficial for the communities. But it's about me as well, about the transition that took place in my life and how I continued doing the work that my family started doing. So the organization that I work with is a part of my life because I was born in the organization. At the time when the organization was very new, very small, was struggling to have resources and connectivity with the communities. I come from a family which was highly educated at that time, but my parents, with deep inspirations from Gandhian philosophies of rural development, the work of people with like Vinoba and JP, felt very motivated and left their homes and started working in Bihar first and then in Eastern UP. So I was born in Eastern UP in a tribal area with my parents. So the childhood was great, very simple, voluntarily very simple, but with great values. But as a child, of course, I had all the rights to complain that, this is not how simple the life should be. There need to be more facilities, more resources. But the values got into me quickly as I understood the realities of life, as my parents saw the poverty at a very initial stage of my life, myself coming from a reasonably well-off family, but seeing the poverty in the communities. Being with Gravis, this organization that I am with, was not in my plans initially, but there is a family story that is behind it, and my father passed away as a result of a sudden disease. And at that time, I was studying and was about to pursue a career abroad. And so the decision had to be made whether I'm going to be doing that or whether I'm going to be back with the family and with the organization's work. It was a very difficult decision for me and for my immediate family, which was with me. Looking back at that decision, which was about 10 years ago, and I'm not even trying to be philosophical, I think I gained more than I would have lost. I think that contribution that the organization that I lead is making to the communities is immense, is very significant to improve those lives. So I'll come to Gravis, the organization which is being talked about. So Gravis, full name is Grameen Vigyan Samiti, and is once again one of the more established organizations in the Thar Desert region. 32 years old, so I have been telling about my life, so it's quite an old organization. And what we believe in the organizational work that we do is that communities are going to be in the forefront of our thinking. We believe in communities with a very strong focus on women, because there are many parts of India where women have been deprived of the status that they should have, and the Thar Desert region is definitely one of those regions where women have lived in a confined ways within their homes and haven't really had much of a say in the programs. So we believe that we are going to work with the communities with an approach that the communities are not going to be mere beneficiaries of our programs. They are going to be beneficiaries because they are going to be contributing to the programs. And that's what the communities also want. As far as I have understood about developmental work, working with the communities, they like those benefits coming to them from EdelGive Foundation, from other foundations, from organizations like us, but they want to do something in return of that. They don't want to be mere beneficiaries. So we very deeply believe in that. And of course, we believe in the sustainability of the programs, and the sustainability is not going to be possible if the communities are not involved in every step of that program, from planning to implementation and to monitoring. Keeping this in view, we have facilitated the formation and capacity building of about 3,000 communities-based organizations in the desert of Thar. We ourselves are only 200 people in the organization, but those 3,000 communities-based organizations leading to 30,000 members of these organizations are a part of our family. They take care of our programs. They make sure that they don't need us at a point of time. They become self-reliant. They expand, they replicate, they scale up the work that we are doing. So that's how we have constantly believed in community building, in community capacity building, and have been able to expand our program to a much larger scale. In terms of what do we do, our key focuses are 3 areas. Livelihood promotions for the communities, living in a desert setting, in a drought-prone area. It's important for us to work on the food security, water security interventions, leading to more food, more water for the families, but also raised incomes. Because even if it's a drought-prone area and a desert, agriculture is the only viable solution. Our second big focus is healthcare. And I am, by the way, a trained medical doctor. We have a medical program which provides medical services to rural communities, as well as public health interventions to make healthcare more comprehensive, more holistic. And a third, much smaller program for us is primary education, where we believe in setting up primary schools for the communities, running them, and then handing them over to the community so that they can run them on their own, so that they don't become dependent on us. So this holistic focus, this holistic approach, this integrated way of working has helped us in reaching out to 1.2 million people to date, about 1,300 villages in the area. And if I talk about the impact, there are many wonderful achievements that have taken place, and it will definitely be difficult to describe all of that, but I'll just flash out a few figures that would be significant. For example, we work with 3,000 community-based organizations which have 30,000 members in it, but approximately 50% of those members are women, and very articulate women like Mumtaz Ji, or many strong women leaders. Some of them have gone on to become our board members, Gravis governing board members. 80,000 women have been benefited by our water security interventions, which means that they have water in their homes, which means that they don't have to walk 6 hours in a day. So that 80,000 women collectively save 500,000 hours every day. Our food security interventions have reached out 30,000 households, and these 30,000 households' incomes are raised by 30 lakhs rupees on a daily basis, 3 million rupees on a daily basis, because of the interventions that have been done. Similarly, looking at the water program that we have, the 20,000 households that we have been able to cover with our water security programs, they save 12 crore rupees in a year, which they would have otherwise spent on procuring, buying, transporting water to their homes. 250,000 people are dependent on the health care that we provide, and we treat 40,000 people in a year. So these are the numbers that we have been able to achieve because of our close connectivity with the communities, because of our very strong partnerships with the communities, and that's where we want to move on. That's where we want to expand our program in future. This is the first year of our partnership with EdelGive Foundation. We recently started a new program which focuses on community capacity building with livelihood promotion in the Thar desert. We believe that it's an important partnership for us to replicate our work in a new set of villages which are very remote, which are very impoverished. And we are hopeful that this partnership will bring the same kind of positive results that we have been bringing to our communities for a long period of time. In the end, what I would like to say is that sometimes it's difficult to follow family traditions or the value sets that are there. Sometimes it's a kind of a sacrifice that one has to make. But I think there is a very deep value in that. And the sense of feeling that I am making a contribution to my communities, again, not trying to be philosophical, is very valuable. I'm thankful to EdelGive Foundation, to INK, to all of you for listening to me. We are hopeful that we could be a part of this group, of this family in coming years too. So I thank you very much. Thank you.